exciting episode of Titans and Trailblazers. Titans and Trailblazers is a Pan-African program that seeks to shed light on people who have made tremendous strides in various fields of professional and personal endeavor. So we come to this show to learn from them and take lessons for building a more ebullient and prosperous Africa. I'm Professor Robert Ebehinson. I'm a marketing aficionado and I'm Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Ghana Communication Technology University. We'll be right back.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Attention all farmers, are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP and Iricor brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa, and the Iricop with cocoa blends, palm blend and mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste, and these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP and Iricop organic compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by COCOBOD, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Located in the beautiful neighborhood of East Legon, Accra, AH Hotel and Conference has all the comfort and luxury you need for the perfect getaway. From check-in to check-out, our friendly staff look forward to pampering you and making your stay special. Our new safety features such as shielded check-in desks, masked employees, and contactless restaurant menus and door keys will give you peace of mind as you enjoy your stay. Our spacious and contemporary designed rooms and suites are the height of luxury and style, fitted with modern amenities for your convenience. Take your company to the next level when you host a conference or meeting in our ultra-modern conferencing complex. But don't forget to take time to
Our products are endorsed by CocoBoard, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Located in the beautiful neighborhood of East Legon, Accra, AH Hotel and Conference has all the comfort and luxury you need for the perfect getaway. From check-in to check-out, our friendly staff look forward to pampering you and making your stay special. Our new safety features such as shielded check-in desks, masked employees, and contactless restaurant menus and door keys will give you peace of mind as you enjoy your stay. Our spacious and contemporary designed rooms and suites are the height of luxury and style, fitted with modern amenities for your convenience. Take your company to the next level when you host a conference or meeting in our ultra-modern conferencing complex. But don't forget to take time to relax and rejuvenate as you enjoy our many on-site facilities such as our gym, pool, and world-class restaurant. Locate us near American House or call or visit us online today to start planning your next stay. AH Hotel and Conference, Afrocentric.
Hey, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for interns. But no shaking. I have NHIs already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Hey now, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIs membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Welcome back to Titans and Trailblazers, and one of my favorite parts of the show where I do some sort of literary monologue to explain to you how one of the several books I've had the privilege of editing and writing changes the way we do business in the African business ecosystem. So I've been at this writing game for about 20 years. You know, I started 2005-ish. I remember I edited a book with a colleague, Professor Danufori, where we looked at business in Ghana. We called it the cross-disciplinary edition. I remember my friend, Professor Momumuchi, who I was with in Aalborg University, he did a very solid review of the book a year or two later. And he gave us glowing tributes about how the book sheds new light on issues around project management, marketing, finance, and so on and so forth. But today, I want to speak about one of my all-time classics, Customer Service Essentials. Now, the reason why I brought this particular copy is that the printer of this particular limited edition copy is a company called Appointed Time Printing. And today I have the blessing of chatting with the MD of Appointed Time. And later on, I'll introduce her to you. Now, I remember about 10, 11, 12 years ago, a bank in Ghana bought about 300 copies of this book and shared it across the bank. Because at that time, the MD of the bank had a very forward-looking perspective on how service excellence and customer experience discipline ought to permeate every facet of the bank. Needless to say, in 2025, that bank is still one of the top 4 banks in this country. So I'm going to share with you some of the issues I treated in the book and recommend that even if you don't get a limited edition copy, try and find a copy of the book, because in 2025, even in an AI era, you need to understand issues around what are the critical skills for service champions, what are the nuances of services you need to carefully manage in order to get positive service outcomes. How do we manage customer participation and experiences when it comes to service delivery? How do we manage customer complaints and service failures? What are the key professional customer service communications and grooming skills you need in order to excel its service delivery. Then I have the famous notion of branded customer service, where I discuss issues as customer service as necessity, customer service as cost, and then customer service as an expression of the organizational outcomes of the institution. And today, what I want to opine on as a way of introducing you to this book is what the word customers must mean to us on the African continent at a continental level, at a sub-regional level, at a country level, at an organizational level, and even at a personal level. Here's why this is so important to me. I hear things like Brand Africa, Brand Ghana, Ghana Tourism Authority, Kenya Tourism this, Brand South Africa. In Africa, we're always talking about using tourism as a game changer. Now, here's what it is. Anytime we talk about issues around tourism, for instance, there's a hard side and a soft side. Yes, we need to improve tourism assets. But what's the point of having a zoo that's working or a game park? But the human beings who deliver the service are rude, they are obnoxious, they have no knowledge of the park they are working in, and their general service demeanor is so shambolic. By the time you get back onto the plane to go back to your country, they are angry with the country. Not because of the game park, but the human beings who deliver the service at the game park. So Africa, if you are listening, at every level, from today, after reading this book, the word see for you must mean that you must challenge yourself daily to learn new behaviors to deliver customer delight. Now, let me tell you why this is important. There's a quotation in this book. It says, customer service is just a day in, day out, ongoing, never-ending, unremitting, persevering, compassionate type of activity. Day in, day out, ongoing, never-ending, unremitting. Now, if the demands of customer experience and customer service delivery are so profound, it means that you need to stay sharp by learning new tools for delivering customer experiences, learning about CRM software, learning about artificial intelligence issues. Look, there's a very cool scripture in Ecclesiastes 10:10 that says, if the axe is sharp, with a little effort, you cut the wood. But if you are dull, the wood, the axe, the head can be big, the wood it won't cut. The Bible says in that scripture that wisdom is profitable to direct. So the sharper you are, the better you deliver customer experiences. And that's why on a daily basis, you must challenge yourself to learn new behaviors to deliver customer delight. You should mean that you must understand what customers need and configure solutions to not just meet the need, but exceed their expectations. So more than thinking you know, because maybe the customers are repeat customers, you must have a very robust system for continually checking. Do they need the same thing? Are their needs changing? How are they changing? So you need to understand continually what customers need in order to deliver customer delight. And this refers to churches, it refers to hospitality institutions, it refers to universities, banks. Once you are alive, you are in the service business. So you need to understand what customers need in order to deliver customer delight. The next one is S. Satisfy your customers in such a way that no competitor can ever outdo you in the satisfaction rankings. You must be the best at what you do. T means treat customers with individualized care. Customers must feel as if once they're in a relationship with you, they're in a special relationship. You should never get to the point where customers feel as if because your customer base has grown, your service delivery is waning. No, that shouldn't be your portion. O means own customer problems and solve them efficiently. Then we have the issue around M. M means make recommendations to customers that always leaves them in a positive customer net situation. Customers should never feel shortchanged because they met you. E means educate customers to understand your customer offerings. Educate customers to understand your service offerings so they always make the best decisions possible. Somebody can walk up to you looking to read information technology. They might be interested rather in computer science and be unaware. It's your job as a service provider to guide them and make recommendations that always leaves them in a more positive situation. The last one is R. R means resist the urge to ever argue with your customers. You will never win. So instead of contesting them in a battle of wills, listen to them carefully, let them vent, take what they are looking for, give them stupendous feedback and a time frame by which you resolve their issues. If you follow this customer framework, your personal fortunes will improve, organizational fortunes will improve, nation fortunes will improve, and the brand Africa will be a much more solid proposition at every customer touchpoint. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with more of Titans and Trailblazers.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bread you call mattress anymore? Get on some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did it from there.
Yeah?
That'd be the mattress where the dead for.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all.
Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashfoam and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Merchant furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashfoam store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashfoam, feel it, know it.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Welcome back to Titans and Trailblazers. You remember before we went on the break, I told you that for the particular book I used for my literary monologue this time, it was Customer Service Essentials, published by Appointed Time Printing. And I have the singular honor of hosting today on my program Mrs. Jacqueline Afful, a Wesley Girls trained MD. And I want to introduce Jackie to the show. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you, Prof. And I'm glad to meet you today on the show.
Thank you. So please, let's start off by just trying to understand what your background is, what your professional journey has been, and how come you are where you are today.
Right. Thank you very much, Prof. So my background and story is a kind of...
a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag, if you put it that way. And growing up, I said in some interview, I wanted to be a medical doctor.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Okay.
But as destiny may have it, that did not come true at the secondary school level. I did not get the science, but I got accounting.
Okay.
So by some date of hard work, actually I'm a numbers person.
Correct.
And so I tell people most of my employees, about 80%, I don't need to look through my phone to dial the number, it's in my head.
Absolutely.
So I developed an interest in the accounting finance function. So that was what led me into it. But then currently I'm managing a printing press. So how did I become a printer?
Indeed.
Also, that also happened along the journey when I joined Appointed Time Printing as a finance manager, and then ended up being promoted to the general manager, and then to managing director. So I had to learn the printing profession.
So you came from the finance function?
Yes, I am a finance
That's
person.
why Elikem is your friend?
Yes, Elikem is my friend.
Okay. So what are some of the biggest challenges you faced as a woman leader and as MD of Appointed through your rising to become MD?
Certainly. So in the printing industry, it's a male-dominated industry, and so ordinarily, for most of the press houses you visit, you know, the equipment are manned by men, and so you have 80% of the employees as men. And as nature may have it, you know, there's a particular way you have to talk to men. And in our sector, you know, it comes with this machine breakdowns and everything. And so my employees' direct reports will say, MD is not happy anytime the machines are down. Correct. So you see me not in a good mood when the machine is down. And so when your machine is faulty, the operator have an issue with you. And so when you come and you try to correct the challenge as it so happened to the equipment, the gentleman on the machine will not like it. But, you know, I always don't look at it. You know, have to fix what you have to so that the guy can be on his feet to get the machine running. Absolutely. And we're going. So I might say that these are men. Sometimes somebody has come, left the home with the wife and the children. He comes to see the lady there, you're coming. So there are these ups and downs. Like you say, men always have their ego. But along the line, I think I've learned to understand them. And I am balancing the management of the men in our industry and in my company. So that's one side of the challenge. And the second one too is that I got inspired by this printing. I met Nigerian, as they call it, the Nigerian press.
Correct.
We call it in Ghana here, the Ghana Publishing Company.
Okay.
So over there in Nigeria, the MD of the Nigerian press is a lady. It's
Correct.
called Femi Atitole.
Interesting.
So I met her on one of the printing exhibitions in Germany. And I was shocked because her intellect and technological knowledge about the industry wowed me. Awesome. So that aroused my interest in the industry to learn more and to pursue it to make Appointed Time one of the biggest printing houses in Ghana.
So that's women inspiring women.
Women inspiring women.
So who
I
are
tell
you inspiring now, Jackie?
I am inspiring a lot of the ladies in my company.
Okay, all right, good to know.
Yeah.
So tell us who some of your clients have been over the years, public sector, private sector. And I see you've done some kind of brand migration as well. So from an original Appointed Time printing, now you have Advocate as well. So tell us why that brand metamorphosis, who some of your clients are, and tell us some of the current things under the Appointed story.
So Appointed Time started as a t-shirt printing company, right in Jamestown. And so...
It's actually the seed company for the Jospon group of companies, right?
Before that, there was a Jospon printing press.
Indeed. Indeed.
So as a t-shirt printing company, like the shareholder has told his story on many platforms, had to set up the company because of a contract he got to print the Methodist Church of Ghana anniversary. So after then, it became a company like a t-shirt printing company. So over the years, we have evolved from the t-shirt printing company and diversified into so many aspects of the printing. So we diversified into commercial printing because sometimes you have customers working in having a product launch, so it requires a t-shirt and require a brochure. And then we would have just responded in a novice way that we don't do this. And so we are like one of our management team, why don't we add on the commercial printing? And so we did some feasibility studies around the kind of equipment and investments we need. And we plowed back the profits of the screen printing into the commercial printing. But the commercial printing also came with its challenges. And so as we go on, it became like a seasonal job.
Indeed.
So what do? We say we don't want to wait into seasons, that when it's season, we make money. So if you check with the t-shirt printing company, our financials will shoot up during election season. Indeed. And then we drop again after election. So the money comes every 4 years. We said we don't want that to be our story.
Absolutely.
So migrated into the commercial printing. And the commercial printing, which is mostly the printing of educational products. That also, we realize that government is the largest buyer of educational material, which is textbooks.
Indeed.
So if government is not buying, what do we do? So we need to grow the private aspects of the business. Indeed. So that introduced to us again in the business, diversified again into publishing. We're like, why don't we develop our own textbooks and then target the private schools so that the government's business is not coming? You have the private businesses coming from the private schools. So we did a sparked work, and so that brought about Advocate Publishing Limited. Currently, we've published about 36 titles from preschool up to the junior high school.
Indeed.
But as Oliver Twist may have it, we were not satisfied. We want to grow more.
Indeed.
And so diversified again into packaging, all in the bid to grow the private aspects of the business.
Absolutely.
And so that brought us into packaging for skillless manufacturing, for pharmaceutical company, food and beverage company, and then the cosmetic company. So that brought about the different aspects of printing we are witnessing now under the appointed time umbrella.
So it's very interesting, because this is a Pan-African show. So if you have private sector MDs and procurement managers and marketing managers watching from across the continent right now, what 3 things for you will be the most compelling reasons why they should consider appointed time in printing and packaging solutions?
Thank you very much, Paul. So appointed time, we have a tagline. We say our printing is a solution.
Indeed.
So when you contract or walk to our offices as a client with a printing need, we just don't ask what you have, but beyond what you have, we want to see how we can tailor it to make it better, to grow whatever you intend the printing purpose for it to be. So the first thing why you have to choose us is that we understand quality.
Indeed.
It is the language that we speak. We do not compromise on it. So for instance, at our company on Monday, every Monday between 8 to 12, we don't run our machines. We shut it down to check the health of it before we start the week.
Like an airplane about to fly.
Exactly, just to make sure that the print quality and the precision is perfect.
Indeed.
Secondly, we also take time to look at your print needs. So you might have come with just a request for a brochure.
Indeed.
At the end of the day, you might have even walked out of our offices without even not knowing that you didn't need a brochure, but
Indeed.
actually you need a book
Indeed.
for what you want to do.
Indeed.
So there are tailored solutions that we give. Now, what do we also offer? Why you should choose that? In terms of packaging, we are understanding, and because of our ISO certification, which we currently have right now, we understand the sustainability of the environment and the business. So the products that we are churning, we are giving you packages which are environmentally friendly.
Indeed.
So that when you take it, there is no hazardous afterward to the environment, but rather we are making sure that your customers who are enjoying these packaged products are enjoying the benefits of it and understanding that there's no harm to it in the environment. So
please, in this your last submission, what I really enjoyed was the fact that you are claiming that you do an excellent diagnosis of the client problems. So they may indeed come in looking for one solution, but they'll go back with another because you're able to steer them towards the optimal solution for the problem they presented. Why is this such an important thing for marketing communication? Because for me, that's so profound, because sometimes I get the sense clients themselves don't know what they want.
Exactly.
But if you listen to them carefully and find out the objectives they want to meet, why is that? For me, that's what stood out. Why is that such an important thing for appointed time?
Yes, so I think in one of your endorsement videos to us, you said in marketing, the eye level is the buy level.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, okay.
Correct.
So I met a client this week, and so the client wanted a brochure.
Correct.
But after our conversation, she realized that she did not just needed only the brochure, but she needed another aspect of it to help him or her promote whatever the intended purpose of the brochure is.
Okay.
So in marketing, a lot of the time, the customer is not sure
Correct. No, say that one again. In marketing,
the customer is not sure of the actual need he or she wants.
That is very correct.
So as a marketing-oriented business, so every business should be marketing-oriented.
Absolutely.
So when the customer comes looking for one, I need to sell 2, I need to sell 3 to the customer.
Okay.
And that makes me the customer's choice, because the customer knows that anytime I walk into appointed time printing, I need 1, but I might as well get 2 for the same price of 1.
Okay.
Because of a solution that we are offering.
You mentioned pharmaceuticals, you mentioned education. Are there any other industries you work for?
Yes.
Yes.
So we also work for the cosmetic company.
What about banking?
Banking, yes, we do the annual reports, the bank deposits and slips. We are also into all those stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So my next question is, what type of workforce do you have? Are they old? Are they young? And how do you manage either a young workforce or an old work? Are there some tips you can share as a printing trailblazer? Because you know, printing can also be labor intensive. You don't want somebody to collapse and die because they were lifting something. So how do you manage the print side, the marketing people? Tell us, with printing, how do you manage the workforce?
All right. So I think in appointed time, we have about 60% of the workforce under 40, probably under 30.
Okay.
And so the rest also just above 40. So there's that blend there. But Prof, I tell you one thing, the young chaps in the company, they are doing magic.
Indeed.
You know, in terms of what they are using technology to promote the brand.
Indeed.
Now, our industry is also one of such that technology changes faster by the minute.
That is it.
And so we have fixed that in the minds of the employees.
Indeed.
So we are using equipment that do not require too much labor.
Okay.
So for instance, an operator on the Speedmaster should be somebody who is technologically minded, because it's a button press thing.
Indeed, indeed.
And so, for example, in the offset printing, first when you were doing previously how it was done, you have to go and check with the densitometer to check the color separation and everything. Now the machines have built-in scanners, which are scanning the colors and then giving you the color variations on the screen at a click of a button.
Absolutely.
And so labor now, it is not too much. I think the fear now, what we should be worried now is that the technology is taking and reducing the labor force that you might need. If you needed 10 before, now you just need 3 to operate the signals, and then you are just good. And it is giving you volumes in terms of millions and thousands of books at the press of the bottom. You have impressions running.
So, you know, as a professor of marketing, I travel to many places. And even though there's a sense that digital is taking over the world, trust me, when I go through airport lounges, I pick magazines. When I go to university in the UK, I go and pick subject brochures and I pick. So it's almost as if print will never die. And I don't know if that's a true thing or not, but I know that a lot of things are soft nowadays, but I still believe there's a place for print. What are your thoughts?
Certainly, Prof. There is a place for print. It is never that. For instance, I can look on you now. Your watch has a printing in it.
Indeed.
Your shirt has a label which has a print tag in it.
Absolutely.
So we in our industry, we say we eat print, we dream print, we live print.
Okay.
So recently I chanced on an article. It was from Sweden, where they have migrated from the technology part again now to the hard textbooks. Why are they doing so? They said they had migrated from not using the textbook about 5 years ago. They just went along that journey, spent about millions of dollars, but have now come back and saying that no, they have to go to the textbook because the impact of the screen time on children is having an effect on them.
A negative effect.
Exactly. We are also looking at when maybe Africa will also take that, but we are not so much there yet. We are still in the textbooks. So on that question, I'll say that print is with us. Maybe like we say in marriage, till death do us part.
That is it, my dear. On that death do us part marriage note, we'll be right back. Stay with Titans and Trailblazers.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
Prepare bantama.
My chest.
Cycle.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me Jidi said we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasa.
Ile kosen. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in. Right now we see so.
Boss, let's go back.
Here, take this.
She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Now let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Welcome back to Titans and Trailblazers, and with my fascinating guest, Mrs. Jacqueline Afful. Jackie, as a leader, what are the 3-4 things that guide you on a day-to-day basis to keep you grounded and doing your best?
So, Prof, this question comes to me a lot. I have a workforce of 101 employees. I think they are the first thing that wake me up on my bed because you take 100 and you take an average of like 2 children per family. So you like multiply by 2. That's how I work it out.
That is it.
You know, and so these are people depending on your leadership.
Indeed.
Indeed. And so the first thing for me in my leadership role that urges me on and to go up the ladder is the workforce I have, because they are very committed. And we are 20 years as a company. And so we still have people who are 20 years in appointed time printing.
Wow.
Those who started, they have stayed, you understand. Okay. And so my people are the first thing that drive me. The second one is we are not just in this industry for the relevance of it, but we are here because in Africa and in Ghana, there's this fear of indigenous Ghanaian companies do not last.
Indeed.
And so when you talk about the Tata and Coca-Colas.
Yes. 100 years plus.
Exactly. Recently we had some visitors to our office when we were having discussions and we were, you know, touting and ranting about our 20 years. Then we realized that GIHOC was 60 years. So so one of them said, we are 60, please come down when you're 20, you know. So the second one is that we want to be a generational company.
Indeed.
And just as you know, as part of the Johnson Group and one of the second oldest subsidiary in the Johnson Group of company, we want to climb up to be that 100th company.
No coming down.
No coming down.
No Ababase.
No Ababase.
Okay.
When you're here, forward. And then the third one is to be able to improve the lives of the people I work with.
Indeed.
And so my actions are guided by that whatever decision or step that I take, what impact does it? But I tell the staff a lot that when I move a day, I should come back with 2 million cedis.
That is
and
it.
that is my mindset.
That is
that
it.
Every day when I move, so the day I go and like the day doesn't go, I am not a happy person. So the next day you realize that by 2 a.m. you cannot work. And you know, as leaders, when it's getting to the end of the month, from 20th, you begin to think of salary, you know, and so you are looking at where to move the funds from and on. So I want to improve the lives, and that, ironically, is the mission of the Jospon Group.
So it's aligned to the mission.
Exactly.
Okay.
So those are what guides me in my work.
So if there are young Africans watching us today who also want to build successful businesses in a rapidly evolving environment and terrain, what 2 or 3 pointers will you give to them?
So one is perseverance.
Indeed.
There are times that I wanted to quit.
Indeed.
And sometimes it takes some of my employees. This year, one of my staff called me and said, I had a dream. I said, what's the dream? He said, we had raked in some contract and it was very huge and the celebration. I said, really? Let me just position myself for this. By faith, we receive it. Absolutely. So I receive it.
Absolutely.
So I think the first one is perseverance. And so just move on because there are challenges.
Indeed.
When it comes, the experience to which you overcome the challenge becomes a story that you will have to say one day. And just as I'm telling my story and the appointed time story today. The second one is that just know that as you move on, there are roadblocks.
Indeed.
And in business, sometimes at our sales meeting, they will say that this competitor has taken my business. I say, no, it's part of the game.
That is it.
So look at the next and then also look at where you can also kick him
that is it.
out.
It's
part of the game. Your business will also be taken. But think of the next level, what business of that competitor you also do. But make sure that you are also taking something from that competitor, which will knock him down. So Apex God member, one of them, Honorable Atusafon, will say, disrupt the market.
That is it.
So what's your market disruption strategy? So that will lead me to my third one. Have disruptive ideas.
That is it.
That destabilizes and disrupts the market.
Okay, on that disruptive note, I need to ask you about customer experience, service excellence, and how pivotal it is if you really want to be a disruptor. How key is service excellence to appointed today and the longevity of the appointed band since you want to grow to be 100? How central is customer experience to you?
Rob, the customer service is like the engine of the business, the DNA.
That's it.
You know, without it, it's like just fetching water and putting it into a basket.
Absolutely.
And so for customer service excellence, it is key in every organization. My team members will tell you, if you see me on a Monday management meeting, it's about a customer's complaint. I don't take it for granted. So in our office, my number is pasted at the reception with the inscription, did we satisfy you? If you're not happy, just reach out to me. But I have realized over the years that it is not just the marketing team or the top level management team, but that the junior employees, they need to understand from the front desk, from the security. Because when the sales manager brings a job and the operator doesn't understand the customer service, that the timeline and the timeline for delivery of the job is Tuesday, but we need to deliver it on Monday. But rather just has his mind fixated. The operator says, oh, Nasa, the job order on it, it is Tuesday. Why are you, rushing for it to be done? So I think that it is something that should be the Bible of the organization. So the customer service chapter or the policy should be something that is sung every day at meetings so that employees imbibe into it. Because that is what brings the repeated business.
Indeed.
And that's what businesses need.
In the last 2 to 3 years, appointed time as a corporate brand, and you yourself have won many, many awards. Now, what motivation do those awards grant you in terms of spurring you on to your next level? And the company as well, of course.
Yeah. So, awards are good. But sometimes if you don't take time, it also makes you swollen-headed and you might pause. So let me say that to win an award as Printing Company of the Year, in our minds at appointed time, we are like, if it's printing, it must be appointed time printing. So how do we make yourself visible in that aspect so that anybody comes and think of printing, you say the first point of call should be appointed time printing and no other company. So when you have such an award, that's how we have also shaped our mind, that as a Printing Company of the Year, back to back, how do we maintain this brand? How do we maintain this award? But it is also what we channel. So sometimes it's the customer's feedback and the customer's confirmation about your service and what they testify about you. So that's what the award does. In fact, it doesn't give you rest because you don't want people to point fingers that, is that really what it is?
Is that an award-winning performance?
Exactly.
Okay.
And so you get the staff along into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Appointed is a very interesting company because you are in an interesting group of companies. Mm-hmm. So you are part of the Jospon group of companies. Mm-hmm. So apart from Appointed, are there 1 or 2 other companies that you work with in Jospon who also deliver services at the same high level Appointed delivers at?
Yes, so for this question, I think you just put me in a box. So I'm going to answer and deliver it in the box.
Go ahead.
So for me, I'm a member of the CAS group.
CAS group,
indeed. A proud member of the Commercial and Allied Services, of which this beautiful studio where we are sitting, the IMG, the Ignite Media Group is part. So they deliver excellent customer service. Okay. And then our very, very own, managed by Dr. Joseph Nate. I say hello to you. AH Hotel.
I was here a few days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
AH Hotel, they also deliver excellent customer hospitality services.
Okay.
So these are my top 2, IMG and then AH Hotel.
Hold on. So for print it's Appointed, for media it's IMG. For hospitality and tourism,
it's Hotel and Cafe.
Madam, I think you
Case closed.
No, you passed. I think if I was marking, this is 89.2%.
Exactly.
Yeah, that gives you a cool A+. So well done.
I bagged it.
Congratulations, madam. So as we wrap up, tell us about your time at Wesley Girls High School. We'll close on the Wesley Girls note. Yes. Did you enjoy the Wesley Girls days? Do you still have mates you are connected with? Yes. Tell us about Wesley Girls.
It's a mixture of some sorrows and yeah. So I think my first year I cried a whole year because now we don't punish in the schools.
No, we don't. That was the secondary school. You know, your eyes will go to the back of your head. Yes,
but so there was punishment in the first year, and I was not able to, fit into it so well. But when I got the wing, I realized that when you sleep after 4 a.m., you find yourself in bed. It means that you have to fetch water.
Yes.
Till 8 a.m.
Yes.
So when I got the trick, by 2 a.m., I am out of the dormitory. You won't find me.
You know, you have a very strong spiritual backbone as well. So tell us about the God factor in your personal life, in your family, in your office life. How important is the God factor to you as a leader and MD of Appointed Time Printing?
Oh, certainly, Prof. Like the Bible says, it is God. In Him we have our being.
That is it.
And because we are fearfully and wonderfully created. And that's how God is. Having guided by this scripture, which reminds me of who I am every day, there's nothing impossible with God. And so in Just One, we are driven by targets. And it's one hell on a head that you have to make sure that you are meeting the target. But in all this, over the years, I think I have always looked up onto God as the author and the finisher of my faith. And so in this guidance, I think that for me, God is the principal factor in everything that I have achieved and been able to be done with Appointed Time Printing. So with God, all things are possible, like they say.
So, finally again, as a female leader, have you been in situations where male leaders have tried to condescend towards you or make you feel as if, if you're a woman, you're not quite up to it? And how have you managed those situations for it not to be awkward?
I think for me it's the opposite.
Okay.
Maybe because I'm in a male-dominated industry, so I'm being pampered, especially when we go to the Ghana Publishers Association meeting. You find like 5% of female in the room.
Okay.
So even you are giving the front row seat.
That is it.
Even when there's question time, they say the ladies first. When they finish, they say we should be the one to walk out.
Oh, there you are.
So I have the opposite side of it.
All right. Then you are totally blessed. Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So for young female professionals who want to get into the C-suite, who are aspiring to become leaders on the continent of Africa, do you have some female-specific advice for how to navigate life in their personal spaces, in their professional spaces, so they can rise up? Because there seems to be an upward trend of female leaders, even in Ghana, in banking, in other places. So is there some advice you can give to females in particular in terms of how they curate their personal brands, manage themselves, so eventually they can also get into the C-suite?
Certainly. So, after Beijing, we've changed the mindset about women. Indeed. And so you have to be strong as a woman because we have accepted that what the men can do, we can do better.
Indeed.
And so that mantle itself is a cross on our head.
Women are multitasking. They have families. They have children.
Exactly.
They go and pick their children from school. They have to come and deal with homework. Children are hungry again. It's really complex. So how do you put it all together?
So I think it's a balance of time. And like we say, when you do something over time, you get an experience in it. And so you know that there's this time for work, there's this time for homework, there's this time of family bonding. Recently, my children tell me that, Mommy, when we meet and we are sharing family time like this, I enjoy it, make it more. Wow. So I am looking how I can, release more time so that we can stay together. But I think that in business, if you want to be a leader as a woman in business is not for the faint-hearted.
Indeed.
So one of the strengths that you need is to be persevering, see impossibility. Even when you've come and the thing is crashing you down, just raise your head and say, I can do it.
Okay.
And so that's what I would say to the young females.
Okay. All right. So as we close, can you tell us, you say you are a member of the International Central Gospel Church, and the church is 41.
Yeah.
I think this morning they had a walk. You didn't go.
No.
So you have to repent. But even if you didn't go to the walk, what does the church also do for you in building a support for you in the work you do?
Okay. So my church is ICGC Rock Temple. We're based in Trasaco.
Indeed.
Okay. So at my church, I'm a member of the church council.
Okay.
And so the church has also given me several opportunities. So it's just for the past 2 years that we have missed the printing of our July program.
Okay.
But it's one of the support that I have gotten from ICG. So when we are doing our July conference, the name is not coming. So we've had that opportunity to print T-shirts, print branding materials for her, because it is what I've made the church known that this is what I do to be able to support the work of the God. So the church also supports me in that aspect. But the spiritual aspect of it, shout out to my pastor, Reverend Atuabil. He's always been there to support.
It's a good support.
It's a good support.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So, do you have any final thoughts for us as we conclude this edition of Titans and Trailblazers?
My final thoughts will be that it's a new show, like you said, Titans and Trailblazers. When I got the invite to appear on the show, I find it as a great opportunity, not alone just to appear, but to sit and to be interviewed by the #1 original marketing scholar.
Thank you.
Professor Robert Ebo-Hinson. I must also say thank you very much for this opportunity and the platform so we can showcase what we are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so friends, Africa, Ghana, thank you for watching this episode of Titans and Trailblazers. It was an absolutely jolly ride with Mrs. Jacqueline Afful. We'll see you again here very, very soon. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye.
Jesus Christ loves you, and greater love hath no man. Because of his love, he opens the way. He opens eyes, ears, and minds. Open your heart and experience General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and feel his love. Greater love.
This April, something big is happening. GH will be turned upside down.
Special people really put effort in this for me.
Thank you, guys.
This is for all of us.
It's the 11th edition of the GA Students Movie Awards. 80 categories, over 500 nominees, 103 awards.
For the biggest Students Movie Award celebration.
Happening live at the GH Mega Studios at Chimota, Abofun on the 4th of April 2025.
Red carpet starts at 5:30 p.m. prompt. Come and experience the fun and amazing red carpet moment.
Who takes awards?
And the winner.
The winner.
The winner is. And the award goes to no
And who wins the Ultimate Movie of the Year award? Now star 800 star 455 hash to vote for your favorite. Cider clashing, surprise artist performances, live music from GH Mega Band.
Sponsors.
GH Student Movie Awards, rewarding excellence. Media partners. Also streaming live on
media partners, the school's technical crew, and everybody seated here. We want to say a very, very, very big thank you. And so without much ado, with a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Leslie Adel Listowell to give us the opening